According to the UN, almost 60% of food doesn't make it into the hands of the people that need it.
During the pandemic, our need increased over 25% in what we distributed over the previous year.
There's $2.6 trillion US of food waste every year. What's different this year is that we have 50 million Americans who are hungry. So how can you have this epic waste at a time when we have epic hunger in this country?
I took that to heart. I wanted to overturn that statistic and see what we could do and bring a visibility technology to help turn that statistic around. Transparent Path wanted to enable near real-time food tracking for everything from apples, saffron, milk, and a lot of those same requirements fell under the same statutes that we had for our own supply chain.
We want to provide a single source of truth about the conditions, the safety, and the freshness of food. We want to know what's really going on inside shipments because so much of what we know currently is based on hearsay, what someone says, a piece of paper in a filing cabinet, or a sensor that is thrown away as soon as the load reaches its destination. If you're making all that effort and all that investment, why waste all of that by losing the food in transit?
Companies now are realizing that it's time for this investment. So there's a clear need of addressing multiple upstream societal impacts using a very inexpensive technology.
Part of the magic of 5G is that it can connect thousands of times more devices than we can currently connect on a mobile network.
We signed agreements with both Duke University and the University of Washington to develop our own low-cost recyclable printed sensors. By using printed paper electronics, that means no more plastic, lead, or copper are going into the waste stream.
We have to decide which technologies make the most sense for us to implement into the orchards, and there's more and more every year. Transparency is a big deal in our industry. People want more and more information all the time. We have all the records. We can trace fruit back to the date it was picked. We want to bring in innovations that make sure we get the best fruit to the end user because that's what we're going to be measured on.
Feeding the Northwest works with agricultural growers, packers, and shippers in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. And each month we ship over 5 million pounds of fresh produce to food banks here in the Northwest, as well as across the entire nation through the Feeding America network.
Feeding the Northwest is so efficient with their cash. Every time a load is saved, that's the equivalent monetary value of 35,000 meals that they can provide to struggling people and families. We've saved 3 loads of produce for Feeding the Northwest over the last 2 months that normally would have gone into landfills. That's nearly 100,000 meals for the hungry and the food insecure.
Feeding the Northwest has been a good partnership. We've been working with them. They're providing food to people that need it. It's a win-win for both of us. We want to be a good part of the community. We want to help people in need. We don't really like apples going to waste, and it's a good way to help the community, I'd say.
What's really incredibly important during all those loads that we ship out is food safety. From the time it leaves the shipper's facility while it's en route to the food bank's distribution center, that load's going to show up in great condition.
Our technology keeps an eye on these shipments at all times and sends up alerts when something goes wrong. Either the shipment isn't moving or the temperature or humidity are starting to go off and jeopardize the product. Saving loads keeps food out of landfills. And that means not only keeping greenhouse gases out of the air, but we've also saved water and labor and the oil that was used to grow that food. 4.5 million gallons of fresh water are required to grow a 40-foot container full of apples. The average US household uses 300 gallons of water every day. So 1 truckload of apples kept out of the landfill is roughly saving the equivalent of all the water used in a day by 15,000 households. 1 truckload, that's huge.
Having technology that really puts a closer eye on waste and make corrections based on that, that's going to be really important as we go forward.
For a startup, the opportunity to work with the top technology partners sponsoring this program is unprecedented.
The reason why we are really proud of our partnership with Transparent Path is really solving the challenges that the real world has. We believe that if we solve these kind of problems, we can scale this solution.
We work with companies that are trying to make a difference in the world. We're really looking forward to see where the future takes Transparent Path.